like this, don't be picky. Don't be picky. Find the cheapest apples you can find. Now get in the kitchen and start baking. Make a grocery list. Even if you ignore all my other tips, make a grocery list. Just kidding, you need all my other tips. Water is free.
Free?
Water is free. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a sit-down video for you today, talking about my budgeting tips for grocery shopping. Now, I don't have my life all together. Shocker, I know. Therefore, I felt the need to make this video. And I'm sure some of you viewers out there can relate. Now, I'm talking about the times when you have very little groceries and only a little bit of money to spend. Now, of course, on paydays, I stock up. But between me and my two young girls, we go through quite a bit of food. And eating healthy sure puts a dent in the bank account. Now, this needs to be addressed. In times like this, don't be picky. Don't be picky. You can't afford to be. I know this is hard for some, but when I'm on a tight budget, I have to buy things that I might not normally buy, and I might have to make things that I might not normally make, but maybe sometimes I should. But anyway, let's jump right into my 8 tips for budgeting when grocery shopping. Number 1, no name products. Okay? Now, they taste usually the same, they cost way less money, and I have heard from multiple sources that some companies will take the regular name brand item and they will plop a sticker on it, a no-name sticker. I don't know, but that's what I've heard, okay? Don't quote me on this, but look it up yourself. Number 2, buy the cheapest produce you can find. Now I'm talking like apples, bananas, stuff like that. But also, when I say apples, I mean like find the cheapest apples you can find. And you can get like, it can be the bag of apples might be cheaper that day, might be bulk apples might be cheaper that day, might be a kind of apple that you don't normally buy. Just buy it. It's cheaper. And most people won't even notice. I don't. My kids don't. They love all apples. Number 3, buy the smaller sizes. You can buy the smaller sizes of milk, egg cartons, and chances are you're not going to need that much anyway, like in the short amount of time probably until you get paid again. Tip number 4, buy the cheapest protein available. Like, okay, so first off, you can buy things like beans. They are great, very versatile. And you can buy the canned beans. You can buy the dry beans and cook them yourself, which yes, takes longer, but it's cheaper in the long run. And you can buy the cheapest proteins, like sometimes tofu might be cheaper, or ground pork. Sometimes you can get ground pork for under $4. That's a good deal. Or there's even like clearance meat. That's good too. Once in a while I can find that. Score! Number 5 is bake. Now get in the kitchen and start baking. Now you don't have to be the best baker. I'm not the best baker. But it's pretty easy, and if I can do it, you can do it. And you can make healthy things too, like cookies, muffins, biscuits, waffles. Now I make them as healthy as possible. I use whole wheat flour. I don't use any sugar. I use pure maple syrup. I'll use honey. I will substitute that sometimes for like mashed bananas, unsweetened applesauce. You just gotta look it up and make sure you have the right amounts. It's really easy. And And number 6, bake or make foods that are vegan. Yes, vegan. You don't have to be vegan to eat these. They're cheaper and they taste good. Now when you're baking, instead of adding eggs, you can add in chia seeds or flax seeds mixed with water. Or I think even like unsweetened applesauce again and bananas. Stuff like that. Just look it up. It's really easy.
It's really easy.
And also, of course, cooking in the kitchen that's vegan, you can use beans instead of meat or tofu instead of meat. Way cheaper. Tip number 7, make a grocery list. Even if you ignore all my other tips, make a grocery list. Just kidding, you need all my other tips. So first you have to figure out what items you need the most and what items can wait.
Would I watch your video?
And then you need to find what items are cheaper at what stores. And calculate the approximate cost of these and write it all down. And don't forget your list when you go to the store. And then you can figure out what items you can buy and what items you can't buy. Tip number 8. Now this is a pretty standard, simple rule, but just drink water or tea or coffee that contains water because water is free.
Free?
Water is free. Now I hope you enjoyed my 8 tips for budgeting when grocery shopping. Hope you learned something. And you'll see me again in my next video, which I will be posting on Wednesday, because this video is going up today. Alright? So, please like and subscribe, and you'll see me again in my next video. Have a good night. Bye.